Reveal His Kingdom, where we're just reading the Bible every single day. Today, we're going to be in Psalms 97, 98, and 99. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you are subscribed to get the notifications. If you're watching elsewhere, you can watch on YouTube or subscribe on YouTube at Reveal His Kingdom. And today, I'll also make sure that after each Psalm, I'll ask you a question to consider, and I'll put those questions into the chat, regardless of the platform that you're watching from. So, like I said, today, Psalms 97, 98, and 99, and I read from the New Living Translation. So I want to invite you, especially if you're a leader, you're an entrepreneur, a decision maker, a leader anywhere else, to just pause and realign your perspective before we get started, because these Psalms are going to remind us of something that we often forget in high responsibility spaces, and that's that the Lord reigns. The Lord reigns everywhere. It's not pressure. It's not performance, not even your outcomes. God reigns over it all. And when we truly understand that, it begins to change how we lead. It allows us to shift from striving to surrender, and from anxiety to authority, and from control to trust. So wherever you are right now, take a deep breath and let your mind be renewed. And let's step into the word together. Psalm 97, the Lord is king. Let the earth rejoice. Let the farthest coastlines be glad. Dark clouds surround him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire spreads ahead of him and burns up all his foes. His lightning flashes out across the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord of all the earth. The heavens proclaim his righteousness. Every nation sees his glory. Those who worship idols are disgraced, all who brag about their worthless gods, for every god must bow to him. Jerusalem has heard and rejoiced, and all the towns of Judah are glad because of your justice, O Lord. For you, O Lord, are supreme over all the earth. You are exalted far above all gods. You who love the Lord hate evil. He protects the lives of his godly people and rescues them from the power of the wicked. Light shines on the godly and joy on those whose hearts are right. May all who are godly rejoice in the Lord and praise his holy name. That is Psalm 97. And a question to consider after reading Psalm 97 would be this: where in your life or where in your leadership are you relying on control instead of trusting in the authority of God's reign? Where in your life or in your leadership are you relying on control instead of trusting in the authority of God's reign? Now let's read Psalm 98. Psalm 98. Sing a new song to the Lord, for he has done wonderful deeds. His right hand has won a mighty victory. His holy arm has shown his saving power. The Lord has announced his victory and has revealed his righteousness to every nation. He has remembered his promise to love and be faithful to Israel. The ends of the earth have seen the victory of our God. Shout to the Lord, all the earth. Break out in praise and sing for joy. Sing your praise to the Lord with the harp and melodious songs, with trumpets and the sound of the ram's horn. Make a joyful symphony before the Lord, the King. Let the sea and everything in it shout his praise. Let the earth and all living things join in. Let the rivers clap their hands in glee. Let the hills sing out their songs of joy before the Lord, for he is coming to judge the earth. He will judge the world with justice and the nations with fairness. A question to consider after reading Psalm 98 would be this: how can you intentionally celebrate and testify to what God has done in your life thus far? How can you intentionally celebrate and testify to what God has done in your life so far? And now let's read the last psalm for today. The last psalm for today is Psalm 99. The Lord is king. Let the nations tremble. He sits on his throne between the cherubim. Let the whole earth quake. The Lord sits in majesty in Jerusalem, exalted above all the nations. Let them praise your great and awesome name. Your name is holy. Mighty King, lover of justice, you have established fairness. You have acted with justice and righteousness throughout Israel. Exalt the Lord our God, bow low before his feet, for he is holy. Moses and Aaron were among his priests. Samuel also called on his name. They cried to the Lord for help, and he answered them. He spoke to Israel from the pillar of cloud, and they followed the laws and decrees that he gave them. O Lord our God, you answered them. You are a forgiving God to them, but you punished them when they went wrong. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy mountain in Jerusalem, for the Lord our God is holy. A question to consider after reading Psalm 99 would be this: what would it look like for you to lead with both reverence for God and commitment to justice in every decision you make? What would it look like for you to lead with both reverence for God and commitment to justice in every decision that you make? So that is Psalms 97, 98, and 99. So as you go forward today throughout your day, wherever you may be going, I want to leave you with this simple truth that great leadership does not begin with strategy. It actually begins with surrender. And when you recognize that God reigns and reigns over everything, you no longer have to carry what was never yours to hold anyways. Instead, you get to lead from a place of peace, from his perfect peace. You get to build with wisdom that comes from heaven, and influence with eternal purpose, because what you do does echo against the backdrop of all eternity. So if this has encouraged you in any way, take a moment and reflect on the questions. I'll put them in the comments section of every platform, and share this with other people you think may be able to and want to have their minds renewed on a daily basis. I'm with you on this journey together, and I'll see you next time. This is Revealing His Kingdom, built for eternity, saved by grace through faith. Jesus is King of Kings, and he is Lord of Lords. And I pray that you have an amazingly blessed day today, and that his perfect peace would rain down on you today, and that your cup would be overflowed with joy, the type of joy that comes from Jesus himself.